Now, as a follow-up to my video on the STRIDE document last week, I want to talk a little bit more about compression garments. With the passage of the Lymphedema Treatment Act on January 1st, 2024, Medicare beneficiaries are now eligible for coverage of all of their compression garments, and hopefully all of our private insurers will soon follow suit. But what do you do if you don't have easy access to a CLT or a certified fitter and you need a new garment? Well, there are a lot of online DME companies who are available to assist you. And a lot of these companies are great, but they do require that you measure yourself in order to ensure proper sizing and fitting of the garment. Now, depending on the type of garment, the knit of the garment, and a variety of other factors, it's really going to be important to get the best measurement. So each brand of garments is going to have their own size chart. And while these size charts are available online, what happens if you don't get your measurements exactly right, but you still don't believe that you need a custom garment? Well, I sat in a fitting course last year and I was told that the most important measurement is going to be the measurement at the far end of the limb. So if you're measuring for a compression sleeve for the arm, that would be your wrist measurement. And if you're measuring for a compression stocking, that is going to be your ankle bone. It's also going to be really important that you find a measuring tape that you're going to be able to use reliably each time you measure the limb. So I really like this one that you can use easily on your own at home. So remember that an improperly fitting garment is actually going to be more dangerous than not wearing a garment at all, because if it's too tight in the wrong place, it can create a tourniquet effect, it can create worsening of your swelling, etc., etc. So if you really don't have access to a certified fitter, a measuring tape like this is going to be a great option for you. Now this fits snugly, it's not going to fall off if I move my wrist or if I move my ankle, and I'm going to be able to get a measurement right at the wrist bone or the ankle bone again for the leg and measure up at the required spaces reliably. It's not going to pull different each time I use this. Now, I recommend that you take measurements a few days apart on a few different occasions or a few different times of the day to get the closest number to your normal before submitting your measurements to get fit for the right garment. Now, this is something you can get easily off of Amazon, and it's really going to help you save time in the long run if you're trying to measure yourself. Now, please remember, getting the most accurate measurement at the far end of the limb, so again, your wrist or your ankle, is going to be very important in determining the size. So if your wrist measures a certain centimeter and you're in between, say, a size 1 or a 2 or a 2 and a 3, and as you measure up the arm, you'll get a clearer picture of what size. But what happens if the topmost measurement is a little bit out of that boundary? Well, the fitting class suggested that it's still going to be the wrist measurement that's going to be the most important when determining the right size up the limb. Because as we're going with the pressure gradient, having the proper compression here and really making sure we're promoting fluid movement back up the limb to the regional lymph nodes, we don't want to get something that's going to be too tight on the arm. But these measurements always allow for a little bit of flexibility in the garment themselves, promoting the best fit for everyone. Now, certainly these online DMEs are going to help walk you through this process and make it as easy for you as possible. So as you're working with them, give them all of these measurements each time you take it so they can help you make the best decision. My name is Lisa Berman Sylvestri. I'm a physical therapist and a certified lymphedema therapist, and my goal is to make us all lymph smart.